I'm back with another video. And today I'm here with my son, Jalen. My son is 10 years old and he'll be 11 this month, actually. So I brought him on here because I want y'all to hear the response that he had given to me when I asked him a question. So about a year ago, sometime last year, the Holy Spirit had instructed me as his parent to ask him a question. Now, to give y'all context, some time ago I had asked the Holy Spirit to help me in parenting, help me in guiding these children, because I can't do it by myself and these are his kids. So who better to ask than the person who knows them, who created them? This is the question I had asked. So the Holy Spirit instructed me to ask him as his parent, what am I lacking in, or better the word it is, what do I need to work on as a parent? And so Jalen, tell them what your response was.
Well, when you get angry at my siblings, like you'll put your anger on other people.
Like, who are other people?
Like me, Noah, Judy, Jojo.
Okay, so you're basically saying I would, if I got mad at one, I would take my anger out on the other as well, as if y'all did something. Okay, so as a child, as my son, how did that make you feel?
Like I did something wrong.
Now that you told me that, would you say that I have did some changing ever since?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's say you told me your answer and I didn't heed to what you were saying, like I didn't pay it any attention, I didn't do any changing. How would that have made you feel? It was affecting you, right? So how would, as a parent, how would you have looked at me as a parent?
As a bad parent.
So why do you say that?
Because you don't listen to your children.
So I didn't acknowledge your feelings.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, son. So the point of this video was to just bring some awareness to parents or guardians in knowing that children do have their own minds and they do have feelings and they do think for themselves, but they only think for themselves until you as the parent are the one that suppresses their voices. And then when you do that, that's when they start to just close up, keep things to themselves and don't say anything, which in return builds their silent resentment. So they start having this anger towards you. Oh, and that bitterness. And mind y'all that my son is only 10 years old. So just imagine how many other 10-year-olds, even 7-year-olds, and you name it, even 5-year-olds have resentment or bitterness towards their parents, because they're looking at their parent in a different angle, because their parents are overlooking their feelings. Their feelings are invalidated. They're not valid because they're only a child and they need to stay in a child place. But that's not the case. That's not the case. God has made us to be our children's protectors. But most of the time, we're their oppressors, because we're putting tape on their mouths and we're playing a role. We're putting ourselves in a dictator/tyrant role, because what we say is my way or the highway. But don't get me wrong. Yeah, children do need to listen and they need to be respectful. But please, ask your child, how does this make you feel? How does this affect you? Protecting, it doesn't mean just protecting their physical being. When you're a protector, it's not just about their physical being. It also ties to their emotional and mental well-being as well. Because our home is supposed to be a safe haven, one that they can enjoy coming home to and feel safe, knowing that they're in good hands. So just ask yourself, reflect, how am I doing as a parent? What can I change? And let me just say, I did not want to ask my son that question because I had that same mentality. I'm the parent. You do what I say. But I submitted to the Holy Spirit. I yielded to him. And I did it anyway. And that was the response that I had gotten back. That really made me reflect. I had to step back and realize, because I was not expecting that answer from my son. And I was shocked. But that made me realize I've been neglecting my son. Maybe not physically neglecting him, but I was neglecting his emotions and his mental health. I never asked or never thought to ask, how does me doing this action make you feel? And that's being thoughtful. So we as parents, we need to be more thoughtful when we're handling our kids. All right, y'all. If you've been enjoying the content, please remember to like the videos. And if you want more content, please subscribe to the channel because there will be more content coming. And it's just to increase the reach of people because there are people out there that needs to hear these messages and God has more in store.